This is also one. This is also about to die. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, we're good. All right. Howdy, howdy. I can tell everyone's already tired. I want to do it again. Howdy, howdy. All right. Lights turned off. I didn't turn them off. All right. Hello, everyone. I know y'all have been working for. Y'all been working. I'm not touching anything here. It's voice activated, maybe. I know y'all been working for what, like at this point, 20 hours on whatever you guys have been working on. It's 8. Oh yeah, you've been working over 20 hours at this point. It's almost 9. So congratulations for sticking it through. Y'all are gonna make some amazing projects. I talked to some of y'all already. I'm probably gonna talk to y'all a lot after this event to like see what y'all are working on because I definitely want to see it. But yeah, this is the pitch, project submission and presentation workshop. Our presenter that's going to present on like the actual like how to do presentations is going to come by probably around 9ish. So I'll have him talk about that. First things first, we have to make sure everyone here, I hit present, everyone here knows how to upload their code to GitHub. How many of y'all went to the Git workshop today or yesterday? It was like the GitHub workshop. If not, perfectly fine. One person. Okay, cool. If not, perfectly fine. ACM has a lot of recordings from past years of how to use Git. So definitely recommend if you want to learn, like don't know how Git works or like have like maybe an hour, it's an hour recording, just speed through it and click through the parts you need. Just go to go.rowdyhacks.org/Git for that whole workshop for you as well. Uploading code to GitHub, I'm going to show you how to do it here as well. Just so y'all know, I'll share the slides in the Discord as well. Just so y'all have those on hand. So first things first, create your repository in GitHub. I'm going to fly through this. So just to, we have other content to go through. Log into your GitHub. If you guys have GitHub, log into GitHub, create your repo and make sure there'll be a thing like it'll look like this. It just say create repo. And then in this creation page, make sure you make it public. That's the only way we're going to use this to like view what your project is. So make sure it's public so everyone can see. If you're not like a GitHub pro, you might not be able to make it private. So it might just be default public. But yes, be sure to set that to public, fill in name, description. You don't really have to have a description as long as you have the name and making sure it's public, you're good to go. Right. With that as well. Okay. You can do this a quick way or the hard way or let's say hard way, the proper way or the easy way. So if you hit upload an existing file, it will upload your code files directly to GitHub. So if you click that, it's just going to pop up something like this. Upload all the files for your project into there. And it will tell you, hey, like, here's all your code. And then just hit commit changes just so we can see your code and know how everything works. We're not going to like run it locally, so you don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, it's probably best if you can, if we have the option to. But at the very least, have your code here. We just need to make sure your code is there. Again, we're checking to make sure that everyone has stuff. Everything's been submitted on time. For submission guidelines, so submissions are at 12. That is the deadline. 12 p.m. is submission. Is that when we have to have your code and your dev post. You cannot make changes to your GitHub after 12. So anything done after 12, like let an organizer know ahead of time and we will work it out with you. But please, please, please do not make any commits after 12 o'clock because that could disqualify you. And I don't want anyone here to be disqualified. All right. So cool. You added your files. Now what do you do? So if you want to add more files, you can just hit add file and add more. As well as, again, it'll look like this. It'll show you, here's all your files. That's your link to your GitHub. So be sure to copy that and add that to your dev post. Be sure to add that to your dev post. And so we can view everything here. Now, any questions with GitHub? I know there's a lot. I sped through it really fast. Any questions that anyone has? Yes, that URL. So add the URL at the top, copy that. You can just go to your GitHub page. It should have it there. Please add that to your dev post. I'm sorry, repeat. I have to walk over there. Yeah, so GitHub, you can literally save any files on there. Oh, your passwords and stuff? So you don't have to put passwords on there. You can hash out the passwords. Yeah. So again, we're not going to run these like locally at all. Like you don't have to, like we don't have to worry about like if it doesn't, if the code is not runnable on our end because you took out a password. Yeah, I would just note that and read me, hey, like there's a password here. Or if you want to, you can have your own, like, it's a little bit more work, but you can have a, I can't remember the name of the, Liam, do you remember the name? Yeah, you can use a git ignore for, what's the, for environment variables. Yeah, you can just like ignore a file and it won't upload. Easiest way is just delete it or hash it out and just say, hey, there's a password to get in, like ignore it for now. All right. All right. I'm gonna switch mics real quick. Give me a second. All right, we're in the new microphone. All right, so cool. All right, so that's GitHub. Again, if y'all have any questions or like don't know how it works, go.rowdyhacks.org/git GIT. It's a video. It shows you how to do all this GitHub stuff for you. And then let's go back to presentation mode. All right, cool. All right, Devpost. This is important. Everyone, again, Devpost is due at 12 p.m. today. If get that done, preferably start working on it hour and a half before. So what is that? 10:30? I think that's right. Hour and a half before 12 is 10:30. I think that's right. I'm tired. So yeah, 10:30. Start working on like on the Devpost. Honestly, have one of your team members work on it right now and kind of get started. Just so you'll have it done early. Because you guys can always, like I said, you guys just upload your GitHub stuff, and that's ever changing. That link's ever changing. Just make sure you don't code past 12. You can also always edit it later, so that's perfectly fine. All right, so we used some stuff from one of our other hackathons. So first things first, make sure you go to our Devpost. So if you go to go.rowdyhacks.org/devpost, that'll take you to our Devpost. Please be sure to join the hackathon to be an actual attendee. I'll give it a second. So it should just say join hackathon. And then from there, you click the My Projects tab and then hit Create Project. So your teammates, you can add under the Find Teammates option. As well, you can just add them after you finish submitting. It should ask for like teammates for submission. I recommend just doing find teammate. Just have everyone sign up at once, and then just find the person that's on the team. But again, hit create projects. Make sure everyone's joined. Your Devpost team, Devpost accounts, and then it will take you to this project submissions page. All right, there's a lot of information here. So first things first, make sure to fill out all sections on the Devpost, like all of them, even if you're like not too sure. If you're not sure, find me. I'll be walking around, or just ping the Discord, and we'll be sure to help you out. But again, fill out all the sections in this Devpost. First things first is your project story. This is tell us about your project. You have spent probably 24 hours. Y'all lost sleep over this, so I want to be sure everyone here can tell their story about the project. Where'd y'all start from day one, literally hour 0 to where you're at hour 24? This is a good opportunity to really go, hey, maybe you missed something in your pitch and you're like, well, I really wanted to talk about this in my pitch, but I missed it. We can at least see it in the Devpost and know it's there. This is more focused on like, hey, what challenges did you face? What things did you learn? Hey, maybe you're a beginner and maybe this is the first time you've ever touched React. Maybe this is the first time you've ever done cybersecurity and you're submitting in the cyber track. Hey, first time I did any of this stuff. This is a really good opportunity to kind of put more into your presentation than just, hey, I got judged and that's it. All right. Next thing. So there's going to be, I should have added a page just for this specifically. Be sure there's a sponsor / special prizes tab. Be sure it should have everything in there. If it doesn't, let me know. So you can submit for beginner or a general track. You can only submit for one of those. You cannot submit for both beginner and general, but you can submit for general. Let's say you're working on the general track, but you want to do best cybersecurity and best hardware, like for the challenges. You can submit for multiple challenges, but only one track. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. So if you guys can't see everything there, let me know so we can make edits to it and we're good to go. Next thing, remember I told you to remember that GitHub URL? Post it here. This is where you post it. Make sure it works. Make sure it's accessible to everyone. I recommend giving that link to like someone on your team and then having them open it just so they can make sure they can see it. What's up? Yes, as long as they're added to the team, anybody should be able to edit it. Yes, as long as they're added on, anybody should be able to edit it. You're good. Yeah, just let me know. Any other questions as we're already stopped right now? Cool, perfect. Yes, yes, they're completely independent. So you could honestly, you could just have made a general track, just a general project that does not apply to hardware, cybersecurity, or the theme at all. Yeah, and you can still be fine with that. Question. Yeah, so actually I'll show you all that right now, just so you'll have that ready at the go. So let me go to, hopefully I don't dox myself. I'm sorry for the baby. I don't know how to change the screen resolution on this. It's going to be tiny. Oh my God. All right. So you can barely see any of this text. But if you go to the Devpost, there should be like the prizes category, and it should have the like stuff that applies to that track. So like best cyber, of course, create a project mainly focused on the topic of cybersecurity. Best hardware, project to have both hardware and software components. So just find the one that applies to you and make sure you add that to your Devpost. Again, reminder, if you can't, you should be able to add all of the tracks into your Devpost or all of the challenges into your Devpost. If you can't do that, let us know. Like you should be able to apply, literally, you should be able to do like general track and then every single one of these if you wanted to. So if you can't, let us know. All right, let me go back to the slideshow. All right. There's no box to GitHub URL. Okay, cool. I'll make edit. Liam, can you is Quincy up? Okay. If she is, or Vamshi, have them fix the dev post. The GitHub link is not there. Yeah, some people can't upload GitHub links. Just have them look at it. Again, I was like, we're looking into it. If anything, just let us know if it's still not there after we say we fixed it. All right. So next thing is going to be this button. You can submit. You submit and you go, code's done. You only have judging after this. So this you can, don't worry. Like if you submit and you're like, oh shoot, I missed something, you can edit it after. Completely fine to edit it. Just be sure, again, don't change any code after 12. That's the only requirement. You can change whatever's in your dev post after 12. Just, you cannot change your code. I don't know why it keeps doing this. But yes, please hit submit here and you're done. You did it. You've gone through most of the way through. So yeah, okay. All right. So it's any questions on Devpost specifically before we get into judging, a little bit more of what to expect from judging, if anything. Okay, cool. If you guys have any questions, find an organizer, find me. I'll be walking around. I can help y'all out. All right. Sick. Next thing. All right. Judging. So from, I believe we say 1:30 to 3:30, y'all are going to be set up at, so you see how these tables are taped, have like taped numbers on them. We're going to move you to taped number tables. Just as a heads up, like we're going to move y'all around. So I'm going to say about 12:30, if everyone can be first, second floor and like have their stuff with them. Just so we can be sure to like get you in rooms as fast as possible. So you don't have to worry about it. More than likely we're going to number, basically like your table number is going to be where you submitted in the list. So if you're like the first one to submit, you probably got table number 1. So yes, that is that. We're going to move you to these. I think, so the rooms that are going to be we'll move you to is the main conference room down on the first floor, this room. And then I believe it's going to be the workshop, the other workshop room where the hardware lab, the hardware CTF was. If y'all remember where that was, it's going to be the Zeta, I believe. But we'll keep you posted on that stuff. Cool. So judging is again 1:30 to 3:30. It's 2 hours. We're going to have, let's see what's first. Okay, cool. We're going to skip to, I'll skip. I'll let you know on the process stuff. All right, judging. Here's your criteria. This is just a reminder. So this is definitely how build your pitch around this criteria. This is probably the most important thing. If you feel like your project is not what you want it to be, I've felt that for every single project I've been in, and I've won a couple projects. There's been times where I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I've been working on this one specific bug for 8 hours and nothing has changed. And I go, I don't even want to submit, but submit, go for it. Like, honestly, like a lot of what hackathons are is of course the code, but it's also the pitch. If you can sell something, you're good. So definitely recommend you submit a project, build your pitch around this criteria. So first thing is business value. You are not like, this isn't like, how do you make money? That was one of the questions I got at a hackathon one time. So one of the judges, first judge is just, how do you make money? We're not going to ask that question. We're just wanting to see if the problem you're solving is something that applies to something in the real world. Is this a genuine problem that people are facing? Did you come up with a real genuine solution to this problem? So there's some overlap with a lot of these criteria. This one mainly focuses on business applications, more outside of just the scope of like, hey, I made something that like, I don't know, does a very, very specific thing. It depends though. It's this one. We're very loose on the business value stuff because it's a little more problem solving focused. So I'll just reiterate, what problem is it what problem is it that you're solving, and what are you supplying to eventually arrive at a solution to potential problems? All right. Next thing, impacts. I did not update this slide, apparently. That's perfectly fine. All right, this slide, it's like off the screen. Who cares? Ignore the slide. This is the wow factor. This is honestly, this is the one I love the most. This is the one where you can be you. Y'all can be. This is where, like, in your pitch, you're gonna be. I know everyone's tired and sleep deprived. This is for this part. Y'all got to try your best to be as hyped as possible. You made the best thing at this hackathon. Y'all are like all competing against each other, but like, so you made the best thing. Your team made the best thing. Your team made the best thing. Your team made the best thing. Like, this is where you say that and go, I'm good. I'm ready. Check this really cool thing out. Because honestly, it's about wowing them. We want to make sure that you had fun here. You guys spent the 36-hour event, technically. Y'all were here for 36 hours. What did y'all do? What are you proud of? What is something that if someone was to ask you a week, 2 weeks, hey, maybe you're in an interview 6 months from now, and they go, oh, what'd you do? What's this project from Rowdy Hacks? This is kind of very much of like, this is what I learned. This is the cool things I've had. I had a fun time there. I really enjoyed doing this stuff. It's that wow factor. It's that energy for this impact one. Realistic. Okay. Is this a realistic like solution to a problem? Did you like make something that can be used in the real world? Is this something that's practical, whether it be personal or enterprise level? This does not have to be, again, you're not making an application for like, I don't know, for example, you're not making an application for HEB, probably. Not something that's going to be used with HEB today. We aren't expecting 24 hours. We're not expecting you to make something crazy. But please let us know what solution, what kind of category it is. Is this personal? Is this enterprise? Where does this apply? And then we're just kind of testing if it's realistic. Is this something that's like, can be done? All right, next thing, innovation. All right, this is where I say stuff's kind of overlaps a little bit too. You may have seen in like impact, or not impact, business value of like the problem and solution. This is more the uniqueness of your problem solution. Is there stuff that already exists in the real world that applies to this? Did you just use it like another copy, another template off of that? It's perfectly fine if you did. But this is we're just looking to see if you create something new, create something innovative, create something that is just, innovative. I'm going to keep saying innovative because that's the like buzzword that everyone uses all the time. It's funny in my head. But yeah, this is something new and this is something really cool. Did you learn something new and what did you add to it? Wait, add to it. I don't remember what that add to it is. Other thing to just focus on what you learned for this part too. You're innovating, so of course you're learning. Explore into the unknown. That's right. That's the theme of the hackathon, into the unknown. So, hey, what'd you learn? What is this? If it's innovative, what's this like new technology you're using? I talked to a couple of y'all. They all using like ChatGPT and OpenAI stuff. So definitely like talk about that. Talk about, hey, like this again. Some of this stuff I'm gonna guarantee like a lot of the stuff you guys are working on probably hasn't been done in like the way you're doing it. So talk about that. All right. Any questions on criteria? I know that's a lot of information and also can be kind of vague. The reason we have it vague is so y'all can kind of like, we don't want to put you in a box in terms of criteria, judging criteria wise. Like, cool. We don't want to be like, how much money are you guys going to plan to make? What do y'all like? What's the like specific technology that you're using that's like innovative? Are you using these ones? Like, we want to make sure it's open, a little bit more open-ended, so y'all have freedom to kind of pitch how you want to. But any questions? I'm about to get to that. That's the next slide. Any other questions about criteria? Again, if you have any questions about criteria, yes. Can I? Oh wait, what'd you say? For customization. Oh yes, I will. Yeah, I will talk about that too. That is the next thing I'm going to talk about. Any other questions about criteria? If not, sounds good. All right, cool. All right, now these are I'm going to answer all these questions right now. Science first style. So we're going to set you up in this room. You guys have 5 minutes. to pitch your project and answer questions. 5 minutes exact. I recommend try to figure out if you run fast or run slow in your prep. Some of y'all may already know if you've been to a couple like pitch places, or like if you talked in front of a class and you've rehearsed a million times. Sometimes people are like, cool, I like rehearsed it in the mirror for 3 minutes, but I went up on stage and I talked for a minute. They sped through it really fast. So just take that into account, because if you guys have a lot of extra time, you're gonna have to hope you get a lot of questions. Make sure again that you cover everything you want to cover within that 5 minutes. Definitely recommend, if possible, to aim for about 4 minutes to 4.5 minutes for your like actual pitch, and then leave the rest up for questions. Yes. Yep. So again, that's I aim to not have a full 5-minute pitch. I would recommend y'all have it like open to questions in case judges like, oh, well, how does this work? And you go, oh, we ran out of time. Sorry. I guess we'll that's all we can judge you on based off that pitch for that. Hopefully it's in your Devpost and we see it. Yes, 5 minutes. It says roughly it's going to be 5 minutes. You will present multiple times. We're not gonna send a judge to you. We're not gonna send a single like set of judges to you and go, all right, first pitch, good luck. You pitch, and then you go, all right, cool. Y'all are done. That's not happening. We're going to try our absolute best to make sure everyone's seen 3 times. So y'all have the opportunity to pitch 3 times. I will walk around before judging, or at least like when y'all are setting up and getting ready to go, to like warm y'all up. I'll get some people. I'll try my best to get people around to kind of warm everyone up. Because I recommend you like set everything up and then pitch to somebody before you see a judge. Even if it's like the person next to you, like just if there's a team next to you, just be like, hey, can like I pitch my project to you? Like, just so you have that ready to go. Cause it's completely different. You talking to your teammates and being like, cool. Like they already know what the project is. The person next to you, the team next to you probably has no clue what your project does, more than likely. At least not to the level that your team does. So I definitely recommend that you pitch once beforehand to at least kind of know what it's going to kind of look like and sound like. From my experience, presentations kind of change as they go. They get better and better and better as you do it more and more. So, judges will also be round robin. So we'll just have judges go kind of next to next. I'm not too familiar with how like they're running them specifically, but y'all should be able to see 3 people. We're going to have a set for upstairs and a set for downstairs. Any questions about the style of the event? Like any questions regarding like 5 minutes or like how long you guys going to go? Okay. All right, cool. Other thing, question about the MacBook. Y'all are pitching on these desks. If y'all have monitors, definitely recommend you bring the monitors. These desks should have power to them. If y'all need extension cables, we might have some. I'm not too sure. Talk to an organizer. We might have some extra ones. But y'all should be fine with these. I think they already kind of yelled at us about having too much stuff plugged into these already. So definitely you're going to be set up here on these tables. If you're downstairs in like the main conference area, I think there's 2 people at a table. I don't remember. Does anyone remember how many pieces of tape are on one table in the conference room? It's 2. Okay, cool. So it's 2 people for those little table blocks. You're going to do a demo, like not demo. You're going to have your slides up on your screen. We won't providing you any screens. Like definitely recommend have your slides pulled up on your Mac and just like click through. If you guys have anything to show on like, hey, maybe like if you're like a team with like many people, just like have someone set up with like the code, have someone set up with the presentation, have someone set up with the app, just so like y'all aren't switching screens in the middle of it, because that wastes time. Try your best if you can to have multiple screens going on. All right, cool. So deliberation. So there will be time for everyone to deliberate and finalize winners. We're giving judges 30-ish minutes to deliberate, figure out which projects are the winning projects. we will have closing ceremony at 4 p.m. It will be streamed. We'll see how many people we can fit in the Weston Conference Center. Thinking. Yeah, 4 p.m. Hopefully by 3:45 we have everyone ready to go. We're gonna have a small side event, side challenge. I think Code Relay got moved to that time, so I'm gonna have some fun and maybe hopefully y'all aren't too tired for this. It'll be fun. Definitely recommend you come to Code Relay. And then cool. Is that it? Cool. Does anyone have any questions? I covered a lot of information. I believe it counts as the top. I think we pick top 8. So it's literally, if you did a Wolfram Alpha and you're in the top 8 teams, you're good. Y'all do not have to do videos, luckily. No videos. It's all in person. So if you have to be in person for judging. You cannot leave. When you submit, you cannot, you can leave and come back, but you have to be in person to be judged. So be here 1:30 to 3:30 at the absolute minimum amount of time. There's no video that you have to submit for Devpost. It is all in person. This one. Recommend PowerPoints. Honestly, so everyone here y'all know of GitHub Student Developer Pack? Some of y'all may not, some of y'all may. If you just look up GitHub Student Developer Pack, it has a bunch of free software. It has free licenses to enterprise level software for students, completely free as a student. I love it. I hate it because now I'm going to graduate this semester and I'm like, cool, I'm going to lose access to all of this cool stuff and I have to pay upwards of $200 for some of it. So one of the things on there is Canva. You get Canva Pro for free for a year if you haven't used it already. So Canva's wonderful. This is a Canva presentation. The nice thing with it is it has templates. You can save time by not having to make your own slide templates and still make them look absolutely gorgeous. Trying to see where she's at. But yes, recommend using Canva. Absolute best for this stuff. There will not, from my current knowledge, there will be no winner presentations. We will not. Yeah, there will not be. You guys won't have to pitch on stage. Y'all won't have to pitch in front of. I don't know how many people are in this building. It's kind of hard to tell how many people are in this building. Y'all won't have to pitch in front of everyone. Y'all are good. Unless you guys want to, but I actually don't think we have time for that. So. Yes. I always recommend PowerPoints. Even if they're literally slides like this where it's a word. Have it's nice to have something to show off. It seems it actually adds that extra little thought to your presentation. Yes. Yes, every judge is different. I will say that. So from my experience at the hackathons I've been to, there's been judges that they've walked up and they've been, just show me your code. I don't care about the presentation. Show me your code. What did you work on? What did you code? What did you make? That's all they care about. But there's some judges that are just hey, maybe you get a judge that's not super into cyber, super knowledgeable in cybersecurity, but they still want to learn about cybersecurity. They still want to judge. They still want to be a part of that, that challenge. So they'll care about the code because they know what's in the code. They will relatively know the code, but they want to know the presentation. What'd you work on? again, like I said, the best way to do this in the presentation wise is to pitch it as a story. Y'all worked on this for 24 hours. What's the story of it? Where did you start? Why did you start? What's your inspiration behind it? Maybe you're like, hey, I've run into this problem a million times and I coded it. I solved the problem I've been facing a million times. I saved myself even a second every single day. That adds up. So really, really, really recommend that y'all have something, even like a small slideshow. And it goes, other nice thing too, y'all can also just screenshot your code and add it to a slide deck. If y'all aren't scrolling through your code, find the nice pretty pieces of your code, clean those up. I wrote so much spaghetti code for a lot of my hackathon projects. So screenshot find the code that you want to show off, make it look nice and pretty, and go, here's the code. Here's the nice technical stuff. That's good option, and just have the other stuff in the background in case they want to see it. Show off the code you want to show off that isn't dirty. Any other questions? If not, I don't know where the presentation person is. All right. Yes. I'm going to post the slide deck for y'all. All the criteria. So all the criteria should be on Devpost for judging criteria. If you scroll down the very bottom, judging criteria is there. For your pitch, if you're submitting for a specific track or submitting for a specific challenge, please account for that in your pitch. So like maybe mention if it's a cybersecurity track, hey, here's the cybersecurity component of it. If it's hardware track, hey, here's the hardware component of it. Just make a note of it so they know. There's no, at least I don't know a lot about the full judging process, how they're going to assign people. But you're probably going to see people that are judging based off multiple things. So you won't get a specific judge that's like, I'm here for only hardware. You might not. You don't know. And the other thing, you won't know what they're even judging you off, if they're going to judge you on the hardware or the other one. Any other questions? Yes. So okay, hold on. My brain's so tired, so I keep mixing them up. Tracks are only general and beginner. Those are the only two tracks. You cannot do general and beginner at the same time. You can only pick one. So, but you can go for multiple challenges, which are those special ones, those best hardware hack, best theme, all the MLH ones, all the I don't remember what they are. I think, yeah, like the Google Cloud stuff. I saw a lot of y'all working on some Firebase stuff. Hopefully the Firebase workshop was fun. It wasn't too fast for y'all. Best domain name. Y'all can try to get your domain names now. I know sometimes it takes some time, right? Yeah. Find a cool domain name while you're at it too. You can show off. I don't remember. I can't remember the funny ones. I wish I could remember the funny domain names. Do you remember what were Rowdy Hacks last year? Was it the arcade one? It was like an arcade something. No, they had a website. I don't remember what it was. All right. I don't know who the presentation person is. They might not be here. They might not have showed up today. If they aren't here, if anything, I'll stream it. I'll let y'all know. I'll know the presentation person is. I'm not going to hold y'all here because I know you guys have other stuff to do. I'll be back. Cool. There's no presentation part of this. I will walk. Hey, if y'all have any questions about presentations, grab me. I'm gonna try my absolute best to walk every single floor and help you out presentations.